I'll be sharing with you how I created this card where the reindeers move around the sky. I've done this on a piece of acetate, and the workings are hidden behind this piece that we've cut out of a white piece of card that looks like a snowdrift. I'll be sharing with you how I created this card step by step. I really hope you enjoy it. Okay then, to start with I have a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch top folding card. I'll let you know why I've masked this up in a second. I've then taken a piece of 4 1/4 by 3.5 piece of white cardstock, and I've used one of the Mama Elephant's landscape trio dies to create this snowdrift on the top. So the top point is still round about 3.5, while the other's probably about 3. So then, now onto the masking tape. I've taped behind this, so I've masked it off so I can keep this space white, because I don't know where I'm going to be putting the place for the finger hole to go. So I've just done it like that, and then I'm going to work on the top of the card, which is going to be the night sky first. So I've also taped the back so I don't get any ink on the back. I'm using Distress ink, and I'm going to be using some Salty Ocean. So I'm just using a mini distress tool, and I'm just going to be adding this on quite randomly onto the back piece. See, it's kind of splotchy, but the other colours will even that out. I'm then going to take some picked raspberry, and I'm going to do the same. This pink will mix with the blue and tone it down, and also make it into like a purpley colour. So I'm just going to keep going with it. Sorry if the camera keeps going out of focus. Until I've got it mostly covered. Once I've finished with the picked raspberry, I have a little chipped sapphire even, and a bit of cut and dry foam. I've sadly run out of some clean foam pads for my distress ink, so that's why I'm using this one. And as you can see, kind of the messier the better with this look. So there's my inked sky. To finish my sky off, I'm going to take a silver gelato, and I'm going to add some to my craft mat. Also a few spritzes of water. And I have this stippling brush that came in one of the gelato kits. And this is great for flicking. So I'm just rubbing it down my finger and flicking on some stars. Once you're happy with the amount of stars that you have, just let that dry. Once the stars are dry, I took all the masking tape off, and now I'm on to the mechanism of the card. So I have this piece. First, I cut a piece of acetate, a circle piece of acetate, and it's about 3.5 inches wide. And then I stamped, cut and stuck on my reindeers and the little sleigh. I've stuck them on using some stick-it sheets, so the whole piece is stuck down, not just a tiny bit of the reindeer. I then have a little scrap piece of card that I'm going to be using for my mechanism, which is just a tiny little split pin here, and I'm going to be placing, I've done a hole in the middle of this acetate. To do that, I cut another circle and I folded it in half and then half again, place this over my acetate, and I punched a hole through it just using a pokey tool. a metal pokey tool. So that was I got that in the centre of my circle. So when it spins, it will be spinning on a proper circle. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add the split pin through the acetate and then also through this waste piece. I could have just attached it through the card, but as I didn't want it showing through onto the inside, I decided this little piece of scrap piece would work best for me. And then I'm going to add that onto my card using some super sticky tape on the back of this piece here and not at all on the acetate. So I've added the super sticky tape and taken the back off to make sure that this scrap piece here is hidden behind the snowdrift. What I'm doing is I'm placing it behind my snow, making sure I can't see it from the front, and then adding this onto my card by layering up, by making sure the snow is where it's going to be on the card, and then I can take that away, and that means it's going to be hidden behind the snowdrift and my reindeers fly around. Very cute. So even though I can make the reindeers move by just moving the top, I decided that I wanted a little hole so I could move them without destroying the scene at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this down and take a tiny bit of masking tape, and you want to be able to visualise where this circle's going underneath, and I'm thinking that I'm pretty happy with that going there. This way that part of the circle, the acetate circle, will be shown in this piece here. Okay, so I've just run that through my die cut machine and I now have a place where my finger can spin around the acetate circle. So I have it there and then I can move it around here. Very cute. So the only thing to do now is stamp my sentiment and also add this to my card. So firstly I'm going to be doing my sentiment. So for my sentiment I'm going to be using this set from Mama Elephant, and this is Jolly and Merry. Sorry, I should have said that the reindeers come from Mama Elephant's set, which is called Reindeer Games, and the cute little penguins that they're giving a ride to on the sleigh is from Christmas Spirit. Sorry, I didn't mention that before. So I've just placed my sentiment onto the block which says Merry and Bright, and I'm just inking this up with some Alti New ruby red ink. I really love the brightness of this ink and it really stamps beautifully. So I'm just going to line that up and press down. The trick to adding this piece to the front of your card is not adding any foam tape in the way of this moving acetate circle. So what I've done is I've double layered up some foam tape and I've added it to the edges, and I've left this middle bit here, the centerpiece, completely clear of any adhesive. And I'm just going to line this up with the bottom of my card now. And I'm now still hoping that this piece still moves round, and yay, it does. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you liked the technique. There's some bits that I still haven't figured out myself, like not getting the heads completely in this hole, but I'm sure we'll be able to figure that out in time. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed this technique. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day.